So it's almost like the whole, whatever you think about becomes your reality. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
I talk about this a lot.
Mhm.
And whatever I'm thinking about, whatever I'm talking about, whatever I'm putting out in the world, in the universe, ultimately that is starting to create my reality, my world. And also it creates the relationships that are coming in and out of my life as well. I mean, if you're
Mhm.
not if you're not respecting people, if you're not treating people kindly or treating people well, or letting people know that they're important to you, or letting people know that you appreciate them, that they
Yeah.
mean something to you. I mean, people are slowly just kind of exiting your life, and you don't even know why they're exiting your life, but it's because
Mhm.
of the ideas, the thought, the way you speak, the way you talk, that is either pulling people towards you, or making people leave you or repel from you, right?
Yeah.
So is this kind of what you're talking about? Is this a little bit?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I love the quote by Henry Ford. A lot of people know this quote, right? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And my spin on it is whether you speak you can or speak you can't, you're right. Your brain's a goal crushing machine. Your brain, I don't speak the science language, but it's actually designed to prove you right. And I'll give you an example. This is something that people say every day and they don't realize that it's actually getting in their way is I'm tired. I don't know how often people are like, how you doing today? Oh man, I'm tired. I was up late. I was this. I've never met a person that said when they said I'm tired, they suddenly had more energy that day. Like the tiredness went away. It doesn't. When you say I'm tired, you just have more of being tired because whether you speak you can or speak you can't, you're right. And your brain is like a captain of a ship, right? Your brain is designed to send out the crew to bring evidence that you're correct. You say, I'm tired, and the captain goes, go. And then the crew's like, oh, yeah, she stayed up late. Oh, her 5-year-old daughter woke up throwing up. Oh, she was at a conference all week. Yes, she's tired. She's right. If you just stop saying that, when people ask me now, like, hey, how you doing? Did you get sleep? I said, I got all the sleep that was intended. I'm great. I'm fabulous. I'm alert and ready to go. Even if physically I don't feel that way, my brain's designed to prove me right. And it will do that. I will suddenly find that I will have the energy I needed. I don't have to take a nap. I get through the day. But I used to be sicker than anybody else I know. I used to have health problems. I used to have to take naps. When I stopped saying that, one thing, and when I stopped saying I'm tired, my whole world shifted. So I know some of your listeners right now, you guys are saying, I'm tired. You're saying I'm stressed out. You're saying I'm overwhelmed. And let me ask you this, are you getting more of that? Are you right about what you're speaking? It is so easy to just shift out of those words and you won't be creating that in your life anymore because your mouth will
The,
always program your mindset.
the two most powerful words in the English language are I am. And whatever you say after I am is
Mhm,
going to be your reality inevitably. And so the pushback on that though is that, some people are going to come back at you and they're going to say, well, Summer, I just want to be authentic and I don't want to lie to myself. And, so
yeah.
many people are liars out there, and so many people lie, and they act like they're, everything's sunshine and rainbows, but it's not. And then it's not authentic and it's not real and blah, blah, blah. So how do we, how do we come back on that one?
Oh, good question. I love it. I love it. Can I just squirrel really quick and tell you how much you remind me of my older brother? I feel like I'm just hanging out with my big brother Tom. I
I,
just love
I
it.
think I love Tom. I think I love
He's a
Tom.
great
We're
guy.
going to
He's
get
a great
together.
guy. I love this
I,
question.
I'm in Newport Beach, so I'm in Newport Beach. So tell Tom if he's in LA, we can go and have lunch, man,
I
anytime.
love it. I would love that. That's awesome. So I want everyone to be authentic as well. I want everyone to be authentic as well. And so, yeah, you can be tired that day or you can be overwhelmed that day and you can phrase it in an authentic way. So for me, if I'm going to talk to my husband and I realize I have so many things for this deadline today, instead of telling him I'm overwhelmed, right? Because you said the two most powerful words I am. I'm going to phrase it in a different way and I'm not going to say I am overwhelmed. I can say my body is feeling like it wants to be very overwhelmed right now, but I'm going to choose different. I'm going to step into confidence that I can get done what gets to get done today. And that I know it'll work out well. What I don't finish today, I can finish tomorrow. So exactly what you said is you phrase it so you're not putting the I am. If I am feeling tired or I am feeling sick, right? I'm going to communicate that. I'm going to be authentic, but I'm not going to wear it like a label. I'm not going to say I am tired. I'm going to say, I'm feeling right now like my body does not want to get up and go. And I don't have time for that. I got people that I got to work with. I got goals to crush. I got a world to change. So I'm going to step out of that. So you can be authentic. Just be mindful of the labels you're wearing with those two powerful words, as you said, I am.
And I think that, I don't know if you've ever heard of, or if you've ever listened to Dennis Prager before, but I love Dennis Prager. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite people. I've listened to him for, over 20 years, I'm sure. And, one of the books that he wrote is, I forget the exact title, but I believe it was, you have a duty to be happy, happiness. And he talks about happiness. I think he always used to have on his radio show, the Happiness Hour, and where he would talk nothing but happy things. And I think that for some reason, our society, our world, we think that, and it's probably because the mainstream media and news and all this stuff, but we think that it's okay for us just to walk around society, walk around our community, walk around our world, and just be negative and mad and upset and down and tired and sick. And, I'm so sick and I feel so bad. And, oh, I have such a bad headache. And, oh, I feel so, and so what happens is that we think that that's okay, versus the other way to think about it is to say, you know what? I have a duty. I have a responsibility as a fellow human being living here on earth. I have a duty to be as happy as I possibly can. I mean, obviously there's some things there's exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, when I get up in the morning, I'm pretty happy. I say great things always happen to me. That's my little line that I've been saying for years. Great things always happen to me. And so it's funny how I don't ever really get sick. I'm kind of getting the chills even talking about this right now, because it means so much to me that I maintain that feeling that, I just believe good things are going to happen. And again, it's amazing how I'm kind of lucky. It's amazing how nice people are to me. I mean, I leave my house and people are friendly to me. If I feel like so many people like me around and they like me and they say nice things about me, and they're, it's been a self-fulfilling prophecy for me, because let's be honest, right? Great things don't always happen to me, because I get stopped and get a parking, or I get a ticket, or I get a parking ticket or something. Bad things have happened in my life, but I just choose that it's just better just to be optimistic. And I get up every day and say, great things always happen to me. And 99% of every day, great things always happen to me. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it. I told you earlier, I've listened to a lot of your episodes and I'm like, this guy and I are on the same page. You are going to have more of that if you're speaking that every day. Most people don't realize that. We get asked the question, how are you doing today? All the time. You asked me earlier, so how are you doing today? I'm like, just over here changing the world, right? I never say I'm just good. How are you doing? Good. How are you doing? Okay. How are you doing? Fine. I don't want to be any of those things. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, or I'm doing amazing. I choose to answer that question with those words. And you're doing that with your thing. You're like, great things happen to me. You're putting that energy out. Who doesn't want to be around great things are happening to me? So I would say to your people, listen in, it's like, what are you putting out there when people ask how you're doing? Do you want to be like Daniel? I hope so. You want to be the guy who's like, hey, great things happen to me. Do you want to be around for that? Or are you just the person who's, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Try changing that one thing in your vocabulary and see what happens. I wanted to tell you, because I don't know if you know this, if you look behind me, this is not a fake screen. I actually live full-time in an RV. So
what? In an RV? Full-time in an RV?
Yeah. So we live in a 40-foot fifth wheel.
Wow.
And we've been traveling for 3 years. That's part of my journey. So I lost my company, lost everything. And then we left in 2020 and we started full-time RVing. We've been to 30 states. And so part of my inspiration of like the Fire Your Fear book is the results I've had in my life, because it was kind of terrifying to be like, we're going to sell everything. We're going to have no roots. We're going to have no house. We're going to have no destination. We're going to have no time frame. We're just going to go into this wild, crazy, big yes and see what happens. And it's only through stepping out of fear. We told the world that we were going to do this January 1st of 2020. COVID hits and everybody's like, are you still going? And we're like, yeah, we're still going. Like, we're just going to keep moving forward. We had to have garage sales as Facebook Lives because you couldn't do a garage sale. I started selling my stuff on Facebook. I'm like, anything you want, just name your price. I'll ship it to you. I don't care what, because we knew we got to get in the RV. So part of why I'm so passionate about helping people crush fear is because on the other side of it is an amazing life. When you say yes to life and you go all in on crazy things, it's like the whole world gets behind you. I meet so many incredible people, and it's like you're like, you got your line and people want to be around you. As soon as I say, where are you from? Well, I live full time in an RV. People are like, what? I need to know you. This is incredible. So part of the book is like, I've been able to inspire people with my own walk and the own crazy things that I've done that I know they want to. And your first step to living that is you got to fire your fear. You've got to stop the things coming out of your mouth. When I was betrayed, I had to stop talking about the betrayal in order for me to get pulled out of that depression. And I was depressed for quite a while over it. I had to realize I had to stop talking about it. And I had to talk about the things that I wanted to have in my life. I had to talk about the great things coming into my life. I had to decide to make the decision of what I was going to do. What did I want to create? Who did I want to be on the other side of that betrayal? I wanted to be an author and a speaker and a coach and all those things that I am now. But it started with stopping the other stuff and speaking the things that I wanted to see and have in my life.
If you like this video and you want to watch another one, click right here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.